It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Today, two outstanding elementary schools here to play our game. Let's meet them right now. First from Melwood Elementary, would you say hello please to Damian Bailey, Chase Goodbread, and Jasira Williams. And from Rainier Elementary, here they are, Shannon Chick, Camilla Surjbali, and Jonathan Palmer. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty. The easier questions are on the left, worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, ultimately 25. Toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds, one of these two good-looking teams will come back to play our game again, perhaps advance to this year's elementary school semifinals. Let's make sure everything works properly. Let's go to the red team. Melwood and Chase, would you try your buzzer for me? Thank you, young man. Good luck to you, to Jasira, and to Damian. And Camilla, would you try your buzzer? It, too, seems to be in fine shape. Good luck to you, to Shannon, and to Jonathan. Congratulations on being chosen by your schools to be ambassadors. You're going to do a fine job today. May the better team win. We go alphabetically, M-E before M-O. So, Melwood and Chase, let's start the game. Give me a category and a number, young man.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, if you're taking apart your computer, make sure you wear a bracelet that will guard against what kind of electricity in case you generate a spark. Rainier.
Static electricity.
Static electricity, absolutely right. Thank you, Jonathan, for weighing in. Go again, Green.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, they recently erected a statue at a German zoo in honor of Canute, who was an unbearably cute little what? Rainier.
Bear.
Bear.
What kind of bear?
Panda.
Not a panda bear. Good try. Canute. There's a statue of him in a German zoo. An unbearably cute little what? Chase.
Koala bear.
A polar bear, a polar bear. He was that cute little white fluffy bear, and he grew up and he just died prematurely. Everybody was very sad about that. Good try, but no points. Try again. Green.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z recently had a baby girl, and they named it for this creeping vine that has a poisonous cousin. Melwood.
Blue ivy?
Blue ivy. You gave me the whole name. Absolutely right. We thought it was ivy blue, and then we realized it was blue ivy. Thank you, Jasira, for your help there. Okay, Red, your turn. Chase.
Body systems for 5, please.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, according to biblical accounts, in the Garden of Eden, Eve was created from one of these caged bones taken from Adam. Rainier.
Red.
A rib. That's right. Adam's rib. Okay. Green again.
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Team, scientists recently went to the Galapagos Islands and they found a turtle that they thought had been dead for hundreds of years. They thought it had gone what? Rainier?
Extinct.
Extinct, yes, an extinct turtle, literally back to life. Wonderful news. Go Green. 65-55, you're in the lead.
Science Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, because of the imprecision of the Earth on its axis as it rotates and revolves. Every 4 years, like this year, we add an extra day known as a what day, Melwood?
An extended year?
Not an extended year, not quite. What kind of extra day do we add every 4 years because of the wobbling of the Earth on its axis, Camilla?
Leap year?
A leap year, that's right. We get a leap day in February. February 29th. Yes, indeed. Okay, green.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, Charles Darwin said the most wonderful plants in the world are these that have a taste for flesh. Melwood.
Venus flytrap?
And what kind of plant is that? It's a kind of what kind of plant?
Carnivorous.
It's absolutely, young man. Good. Go. Red.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Teams, you would think an amphibian was running for president of the United States because Mr. Gingrich's first name is this. Mount Rainier?
Newt.
Newt, that's right. A newt is a kind of amphibian. All right. All smiles over there. I think you were waiting on that one. Go, green. Camilla.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, among the debris left on the surface of the moon by the Apollo astronauts are bags that used to contain what liquid body waste? Mount Rainier.
Urine.
Urine, that's right. The old urine bags that Neil Armstrong and the other ones left up there. I think the urine is long since gone, but the bags are still there. Knew they were polluters back then. Okay, go green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, we Americans can no longer go into space because what spacecraft no longer fly? Melwood, the spacecraft that no longer fly? Yes, sir.
Space shuttle?
That's exactly right. The space shuttle fleet is retired. Nicely done. You pulled that one out of the hat. Takes you up to 70 points. Advantage red. Go, Chase.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, we all know dandelions. They seem to be all over the lawn. Even though dandelion flowers have stamens and pistils, they do not reproduce what way, rather relying on cloning. Melwood. They do not reproduce what way? Yes, sir.
I'm going to let Damien
Damien,
say
what do you think?
Seeds.
Seeds. They do not. They make seeds, but there is no sexual reproduction. Absolutely right. Judges, we're in agreement on that. The buzzer is rung. We've come to the end of the first round. What a great game we have. It's a tie score. Melwood 90, Mont Rainier 90. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment.
You can never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. No matter how safe you feel, adding multiple safety steps can mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Hi, I'm Jordan Sparks, and my I Matter You campaign is all about making a difference, and SOS Children's Villages does just that. I cannot believe how many children SOS has helped around the world by building villages, helping abandoned children, and giving them a mother and house to grow up in. I'm calling on everyone that I know to support SOS in their efforts to help kids at risk of abandonment in countries like Sudan, Vietnam, and Haiti. SOS helps these children over the long term, and you can make a real difference in a child's life. MAD, making a difference. That's what it's all about, and SOS is one of the best. You've got to check them out at sosusa.org.
SOS Children's Villages gives homes and hope to children in need all around the world. Join SOS and Jordan Sparks in making a difference. Visit sosusa.org to learn more.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. We have two outstanding schools here today, 6 wonderful young people, very intelligent and good sportsmen. Let's find out about each one. Let's go to Melwood first and tell us about your school, Chase. Where is Melwood Elementary?
It's on Woodyard Road.
Woodyard Road, down in the southern portion of the county there. And who's your principal?
Mrs. K. Fawcett.
Wonderful. And the sponsor of your team?
Mrs. Gutridge.
And she has been associated with our game for many years. She's a wonderful teacher. She's a wonderful coach. And we're all lucky to have her. I know she gave you some good advice and coaching to be here today. Tell us about any alternates on your team, Chase. Did you have an alternate?
Yes.
Who is that?
Tamara.
Tamara. And Tamara is out there in the wings with Miss Gutridge, and we will bring her and the coach up in a few moments so you can get to see them because they were an integral part of this team. Chase, tell me about your school. What is it that you tell people about Melwood that you brag about?
That not very many violent things happen there.
That's wonderful. You know, you need a safe environment, don't you? You need good teachers, you need a safe environment, and Melwood fits the bill there. What do you want to do someday, Chase?
I want to become a scientist.
Scientist, yeah. And you told me you want to be a chemist, in fact, right?
Yes.
And in your spare time, what do?
I ride my bike and play with my dog.
That's right. And you have that nice black lab, and his name is?
Malibu.
Wonderful. All right. I know you're a good custodian there. Damien, nice to have you with us here. This young man, I don't know how he had time to be with us. You do lots of stuff in your spare time. Tell us about it.
Sometimes I ride a skateboard, and I spend most of my time actually writing and drawing inside my book.
That's right. And you want to be an author someday. You've already started writing. And the book is about?
The book is about really these group of kids that one day get these powers and they're trying to figure out what they should do with it.
A creative exercise writing. You're a very well-spoken young man. I'm not surprised you want to be an author. But you also have other interests and ambitions.
I would like to go to college and to be a neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon. I'm sure you'd be successful because you're a good player here. Jasira, nice to have you with us today. You love to read?
Yes.
And what kind of books do you like?
I like fiction and nonfiction.
And nonfiction. And what do you want to do when you get older?
I want to be a businesswoman.
Absolutely. And you told me that you had some businesses in mind already.
Yes.
Like what?
Fashion design and my own company.
That's right. Obviously, you're a good math student as well as a good science student. Keep up your good playing. Mount Rainier, nice to have you guys with us today. And you're playing well, just as Melwood is. Tell us how you prepared for this, Camilla. How did you get ready for Science Bowl?
Mr. Wallace made a permission slip and let us stay back after school every Tuesday, and we watched a whole bunch of Science Bowl videos.
That's wonderful. And you were able to watch each one and not get tired of me and all of those questions?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the effort you made in that Mr. Wallace put in so much time. He's a great captain, a good sponsor of this team. Who's the principal at Mount Rainier?
Miss Reed.
Miss Reed, and she's been there for a number of years. She's a great principal. And any alternates on your team?
We have one, Diana Chavez.
And we'll bring Diana out with Mr. Wallace in a few moments as well. Tell us about yourself and about your school. I know Mount Rainier in the past celebrated Peace Day every spring, where you had a big parade through Mount Rainier. Do you still do that?
Yeah, we still do that. Once we reach a certain amount of peace days, we have a peace parade.
And peace being defined as days when there are no what?
No violence.
No violence. So like you were saying, Chase, you know, a school that is calm and safe, that's the best thing you can do for education. Tell us about yourself, Camilla. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be either a lawyer or an author.
Or an author. And you told me you like to read the Harry Potter books, among other novels. You're playing a really nice game. You keep it up. And this young lady also has distinguished herself at Kids for Science, the annual elementary science fair. I've seen her there a couple times, and almost always an award winner. Keep up your good work. Shanna, nice to have you with us today. Now, Mr. Wallace said last year when he saw you that you should be on Science Bowl. We're really glad you're here today. What do you want to do when you get older?
Be a herpetologist.
Yeah, and this young lady has a bearded dragon at home. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sounds ferocious. How big is it?
Like
Show me.
18 inches long.
Well, that's pretty big. What do you feed?
It's tail.
It's mostly tail? Yeah. Is it like some lizards, if you grab the tail, can it snap off?
Yeah, but it doesn't grow back.
Oh, it doesn't grow. That's interesting that it doesn't regenerate. What do you feed your dragon?
Crickets, worms, and kale.
Oh, and kale. Likes kale. Okay. And so you're getting good training to be a herpetologist here. And the people at home don't mind that they have a bearded dragon in their midst?
No.
Okay. Jonathan, nice to have you with us today. Young man, he plays basketball, but you're thinking about football, right?
Yes.
Good-looking tie he's wearing over there today. Tell us, you're welcome. Tell me what you want to do someday.
Well, I want to be a lawyer, like either like a songwriter and a singer, and I want to like do anything to like help children, probably like a pediatrician.
Like a pediatrician?
Yeah, pediatrician. And yeah, I just like working with people.
Well, you have a real nice outgoing personality. I can see you doing any and all of those things, Jonathan. You keep up your good work. Good luck to you. Let's get back to our game. Tie score, 90 all. Last correct answer came from the red team, so Chase, lots of points to give away. You start us out.
Let's get physical for 10, please.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, if you mix copper and zinc, you get a metal called brass. But if you mix together copper and zinc, you get this metal that is often awarded to people who come in third place in the Olympics. Mount Rainier.
Bronze.
The bronze medal, that's right. Still, something worth having. Go, green.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade, 15 points. Teams, scientists recently found a very tiny frog, smaller than a dime, and they say that it is the smallest member of this V-initialed phylum on Earth. Mount Rainier.
Vertebrate.
Vertebrate, absolutely right. The smallest vertebrate, the smallest animal with a backbone. Jonathan nudged Camilla just in time there. Go green.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, Jeff Bezos, who founded Amazon, is building, if you can believe it, underground, one of these that will last for 10,000 years. You never have to wind it up or set it, though. What's he building, Mount Rainier?
A clock.
A clock, a 10,000-year-old clock, absolutely. Who knows what it will be like in 10,000 years, but someone will see the kind of technology we had back here in 2012. All right, good playing there. Come on, Melwood, let's jump back in here. Camilla, you pick it.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, Nobel Prizes are not awarded posthumously, but this year, the winner of the chemistry prize did this 3 years before they announced his prize and gave it to him anyway. What did he do 3 days before the announcement? He died. Posthumously means after death. You have to be alive to get the award. Try again, green.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, among the other things that can happen to you if you don't get enough of it, scientists now say that depression occurs if you don't get enough of this sunshine vitamin. Melwood.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. That's what I want to hear. Good. Go. Red. Now you're over the century mark. 20 points behind. You pick it, Chase.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, we might not like to think about it, but we all have the remnants of a tail. It's our coccyx. It's actually these bones fused together. What kind of V-initial bones are fused together? Melwood. Yeah.
Vertebrae.
Again?
The vertebrae.
The vertebrae, absolutely right. And with that score, 125 for Mount Rainier, 120 for Melwood. Next answer, next question from the Melwood team. Chase, you choose.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points. Teams, the reason why gasoline can be transported in tanker trucks and in pipes is because it is hydrophobic, meaning it will not absorb this during its journey. Mount Rainier.
Water?
Water, absolutely right. Hydrophobic. That's why you can't send ethanol that way, because it's hydrophilic. It draws water, and that contaminates the fuel. Nice thinking over there. Go green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade, 20 points, teams. This animal, this mammal, has the lowest body temperature of any mammal, 90.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is the first animal you come to in the dictionary. Melwood. Yes, sir. What you think?
A bear.
Not a bear, no, Mount Rainier. This mammal with the lowest body temperature of any mammal, 90.9 degrees Fahrenheit, is the first animal you come to in the dictionary.
Antelope.
Close. An anteater or an aardvark. Either of those would have been acceptable. Try again, please. Green.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, if you tap into this tropical tree, the latex that comes out is so extraordinarily elastic that we use it to make bands that we wrap things with all the time. Mount Rainier.
Rubber bands.
Rubber bands, that's right. Rubber bands from rubber trees. Good. Green.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please, for this question. Teams, we've all seen normal rainbows. This is a white rainbow seen near the Arctic Circle. The reason why it's white and has no color is because the light is passing through not rain droplets, but the tiny droplets in what weather phenomenon that forms near the ground? Melwood.
Snow.
Not snow. Good try. What weather phenomenon forms near the ground and is sometimes called a ground level cloud?
Fog.
Fog, yeah. The fog droplets are acting as the prisms for that rainbow. Nice back and forth there. 170 for Mount Rainier, actually up to 180. 120 for Melwood. Still a close game. Go, Camilla.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, interestingly, some people who are non-smokers are wearing these kinds of patches that contain the addictive chemical, Chase.
Nicotine?
Nicotine, yes, because it's been shown that it increases alertness and improves memory. Imagine that. You're up to 140. You're on a roll. Go red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems, 20 points. Teams, scientists have just created an artificial plastic version of this T-initialed breathing tube, sometimes called the windpipe. Mount Rainier.
Trachea.
Yes, absolutely, young lady. Trachea it is. Good. Green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, back in 1905, a man went to bed at night and he left a cup of soda on the front porch. It was the dead of winter. He came out the next morning, he looked at it and said, aha, he was the inventor of what frozen treat that we still like to lick today, Mount Rainier?
Popsicle.
The popsicle, that's how it started. Good, go, green.
Green things for 25.
Green things 25, big one in that category, teams. This word means to produce with the help of light. Yes, Melwood.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. I thought you were going to injure yourself. You jumped on that so fast. Nicely done. Photosynthesis it is. 25 more points. Go red.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25. Look at the monitor, please. A visual question. Teams, this is a cassowary, a large flightless bird that lives in Australia. Even though it has wings, just like an ostrich, it cannot fly. I will give you 25 points if you can give me and the judges something that those wings can and are used for. Think about it. Mount Rainier, of what use would wings be to a flightless bird?
Attract mates.
Attract mates. Absolutely right. Courtship and defense and also temperature regulation would have been acceptable. Nicely done. Green.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Teams, your question is as follows. It is very exciting because these kinds of human embryonic cells have been implanted in blind eyes, and now we know that some sight has returned. What do we call those kinds of embryonic cells that everybody is talking about and we think can help cure diseases? For 25 points. Stem cells. Stem cells. Try again, green. 3 questions left.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, LASIK surgery cannot be repeated on your eye very easily because what layer of the eye can only be thinned so far? Melwood, you need these points. What layer is it? Chase.
The pupil.
Not the pupil. Good try. What layer of the eye gets sliced during LASIK surgery, which makes it difficult to repeat that surgery? The cornea. The cornea. Where next? Green.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, a multiple choice question for you. Joseph Lister, for whom Listerine is named, told doctors many years ago that they needed to wash their hands before surgery because, he said, it would increase the antipyretic, antiseptic, or antibiologic function. I cannot. Antiseptic was the right answer there. Last question of the game. Let's get physical for 25 points. Here it is, teams. Scientists now think that the two moons around Mars, Phobos and Deimos, were actually captured from a band of celestial bodies that normally are found between Mars and Jupiter, and Mars's gravity pulled them in. What are those bodies called that orbit between Mars and Jupiter? Melwood.
Asteroids.
Yes, asteroids. We think those moons are asteroids. Nice finish from Melwood. Great game. We'll be back with a wrap-up in a moment. Don't go away.
Because play might be the best way to fight obesity.
Because staying connected makes my family stronger, healthier, and happier.
Because a safe place after school can lead to success in school.
Because physical activity is vital to my health and well-being.
Because I need to make my world better.
Because playing team sports teaches the character and social skills that build leaders.
Because learning with others makes for a greater understanding.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Welcome back. Thanks for being with us today on an exceptional day here on Science Bowl. 6 great young people. We are proud of all of you. You did a great job. I want to see some smiles everywhere. Our final tally is Melwood 190, Mount Rainier 245. Congratulations, Shannon and Camilla and Jonathan. You did a super job today. Mr. Wallace, thank you for being a super coach. And we don't want to forget our alternate here at Mount Rainier, Miss Diana Chavez. Thank you for being here. I know how proud you are. And you guys played a super game. We loved having you here. Damien and Chase and Jasira, we hope you enjoyed being here with us as well. Tamira, thank you for being the alternate. Miss Guttrich, always a joy to have you here. You do a terrific job, and we thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Bye-bye.